Who
Okay.
who wanted the polyamorous aspect of the relationship, and did it start that way?
So I was the one that petitioned for polyamory. It didn't start that way, but prior to that, my previous 2 relationships were polyamorous relationships. When we got together, it was shortly after I had been sexually assaulted by a man. So I wasn't in a position to be with really more than one person, but with a lot of therapy and help, I remembered who I was, and also I'm queer as fuck. So
Wait, queer as fuck?
as fuck,
As
yeah.
fuck. Okay. What's the difference between queer and then queer as fuck?
I would say
You're very queer.
I lean more towards being queer than like towards men.
What's the
Wait.
difference between polyamorous and an open relationship?
I
just
mean,
don't
they're
know.
essentially the same thing. An open relationship is, you have other romantic and sexual partners. Polyamorous is you actually are having other relationships. So it's like a defined relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, and you love them. So it's more than just like sexual.
Were you sleeping with other men as well as women, though?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So during the course of your marriage, you were sleeping with other people. Your boyfriend, husband, he was also sleeping with other people. Okay. But you asked to open it up. Was there any pushback initially, or?
I mean, initially, yes, because he was asking, kind of like, how did this come about? And, when I explained, like, well, this is who I was, he said, well, I thought that when we got together, it was just going to be us. But ultimately, like, he wanted it too, and he wanted to experience different people. So I was all for it.
Well, I'm just curious. So if he wanted it, then how come you were the one who brought it up?
Well, I mean, everything is just a conversation, right? A conversation for discussion. So if something's not happening and it's like, well, what would this be like? Or, like I'm sure you ask your partner a million questions in a day, like, what do you think about this? So, yeah. Also, because I am queer, I mean, I wanted to be with women and he isn't.
Yeah, but you were also with other men, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean that's usually a sticking point for men. Generally speaking, I think on the polyamorous front, I've talked to some men who, if their girl or wife or whatever is exclusively with other women, they seem to not mind that nearly as much as if they're with other men. That seems to be the big sticking point, right? So I was just curious.
I mean, I think it's fair if you're in an open relationship or polyamorous, if you should be allowed to pursue 100% of people that you find attractive, and then obviously if someone agrees, to parameters and boundaries in that's fine, as long as it's ethical. We just agreed that it was fine. So
I just have one more brief question. I'll turn it back over to Brian. Just wondering your take. What is the purpose of getting married if you want to be in a polyamorous relationship?
I mean, we had a daughter. We have a daughter. I wanted a family, but I also wanted to continue to be with women, and I have a lot of love to give.
Well, wait, and men, right? I don't know, like, it seems like there's such a pivot here. It's just like, I just want to be with other women. It's like, but no.
Well,
also
I should say
other men, right?
Yeah, I guess I should say other people.
Yeah, other people. Okay,
Yeah.
That makes more sense. So yeah, I'm not like if the purpose was family, right? The idea here is you wanted to have a family. I don't see why you couldn't do that same exact thing that you were doing absent the marriage.
I mean, I've just never been in a long-term monogamous relationship personally. So, I mean, no shame to people that want to do that. I think whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. We just agreed that, that was the relationship structure of our marriage, and it was ethical and we were okay with it. So,
Yeah, no, I understand all that. I'm just curious as to what the actual purpose of the marriage part is. Like, so you could do all of that absent marriage, right? Like, you could still have the daughter, you can still have the guy, you can still have you can do all of that, minus. So I don't actually understand the purpose of the marriage aspect.
I mean, we wanted to be married, so
I think
we
he
got
just means
married.
the license part of it, like having a business with your partner. Basically, when you get married, it's like a business or a license. You're signing away.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, he proposed to you, right?
yeah.
So like you weren't pushing for marriage. He just proposed out of the.
No, I mean, we talked about it. We talked about, wanting to get married, and, having children and these things. So I think also for me, I see now in retrospect, I feel like I was just following a relationship escalator. Society says this is what a relationship is. You meet someone and you guys fall in love, and then you get engaged, and then you get the house, and then you get the dogs, and then you get the baby, and then you're married,
Were you poly before you got married with this guy?
Yes.
Couple questions here. Okay, so let's do a bit of a timeline. You guys were married for how long?
3 years.
And together for 5?
Yes.
Total. Okay, so you met him. It started out monogamous. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. How soon into the relationship did you want to open it up?
I would say after a year.
After 1 year. So this is prior to you guys being married?
Correct.
Okay. And, because you said this is who I've always been. Had you not disclosed to him during the, that you were poly?
No, I mean, I disclosed it. I mean, you just asked if there was any pushback, and I expressed, there was just, I guess, some confusion on his end.
Why did you accept monogamy to begin with? I mean, that's what happened, right?
I mean, it wasn't me accepting it. I think, you just see someone, you like them, you guys continue seeing each other. I'm not really sure what's so crazy about that. It's not like...
Well, how long was it exclusive for? You said a year? Mm-hmm. But you're polyamorous. Why did you...
I explained I was sexually assaulted by a man prior to meeting him, so I had to go to a lot of therapy for that.
Oh, he was like a stable, safe place for you?
I loved him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand that, but...
Yeah, I mean, he helped me through that.
There was like this prior event that happened, which obviously is horrible, right? Sorry that happened to you, but were you looking at this guy as kind of a rock, right? Or something that was very stable because you seem to tie these two events together?
Well, no, you guys keep asking me specifically, why did you decide after a year? So I explained I had to go to therapy. I had to work on myself. I had to become confident again, find my voice, do all these things, and then, remembered who I was.
Do you think that the therapy assisted in your decision to move to a polyamorous relationship in your marriage?
No, my therapy didn't decide that.
No, not decided. Did it assist? Because you said you were using the therapy to find yourself and get back into who you are, this kind of thing. So did the therapy actually assist you into the self-discovery aspect that you are indeed polyamorous?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
But you had been in polyamorous relationships before, right?
Yes.
Okay. But